Chapter 8. Recognition of your dominant source of favor. Uncommon favor births uncommon success. Uncommon favor moved Joseph from the prison to the palace of Pharaoh in one day. Nothing is more glorious or more miraculous. Nothing else can create ecstasy like a single experience of uncommon favor. Favor is the secret, hidden, and unspoken dream of every human living today. We strive for it, pray for it, and even beg for it. Favor can turn tragedy into triumph within moments. 28 facts you should know about favor. 1. Uncommon favor is when God causes someone to desire to become a problem solver in your life. It may be a relative, your boss, or a stranger. According to the scriptures, God is the catalyst for linking you to the golden connection with someone who blesses you. 2. Uncommon favor is a gift from God that can stop if it is not recognized and celebrated. God does not owe you. Others are not obligated to you. Men cannot stop it. He that openeth, and no man shutteth. Revelation 3:7. 3. Uncommon favor is only guaranteed to those who qualify through acts of obedience. If thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee. Deuteronomy 28:1-2. 4. Uncommon success will require uncommon favor from someone. You cannot work hard enough to get everything you deserve. You cannot work long enough to be debt-free. It will require uncommon favor to take giant steps into an uncommon dream. The Lord thy God shall bless thee in all thine increase and in all the works of thine hands. Deuteronomy 16:15. 5. Uncommon favor is an attitude of goodness towards you, not an exchange or payment for something you have done. The world uses favors as a substitute for favor. A congressman may say to a lobbyist, I will pass this bill through if you will give me $25,000 for another project. That is an exchange. It is a transaction. You intimidate and obligate others through favors, not favor. That is the satanic substitution for the divine plan of favor. You will always resent anyone you owe. Satan has always attempted to imitate God. He envies the success of God, the strength of God, and the love that God has generated toward himself. So he emulates God. Favor is the divine way, not the substitute. 6. Uncommon favor is an exception to the rule, not a normality. Millions struggle without seeing significant progress. Except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it. Psalms 127:1. 7. Uncommon favor must begin as a seed from you before it returns as a harvest to you. Be not deceived, God is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Galatians 6:7. 8. When you sow seeds of favor consistently, you will reap the harvest of favor consistently. Erratic seeds produce erratic harvest. Seeds of love, patience, and forgiveness will begin to grow in your own life. 9. The seed of uncommon favor can grow over a period of time. Jesus grew in favor with God and man. Luke 2:52. 10. Uncommon favor can make you wealthy in a single day. Ruth experienced this, so Boaz took Ruth, and she was his wife. Ruth 4:13. The wealth of Abraham was transferred to Rebekah through Isaac in a single day. 11. Uncommon favor can silence a lifetime enemy forever. Haman was hung after the king showed Esther and Mordecai uncommon favor. 12. Uncommon favor can make you a household name in 24 hours. The king chose Esther to be his queen, and a nobody became a somebody in a single day. Esther 2:16. 13. Uncommon favor can double your financial worth in the midst of your worst tragedy. It happened to Job. The Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before, so the Lord blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning. Job 42:10 and 12. 14. Uncommon favor can accelerate the timetable of your assignment and destiny. Joseph became prime minister within 24 hours, even after false accusations. 15. One day of favor is worth a lifetime of labor. Ruth was a peasant woman. She worked hard for her living. She toiled, she sweated, and remained poor. But in a single day, Boaz accepted her as his wife. 16. Uncommon favor comes when uncommon intercessors pray for you. Peter experienced this. He was in prison, but the church prayed. God became involved. The doors of the prison were open. Peter was released. Acts 12:5. 17. Uncommon favor always begins when you solve an uncommon problem for someone. Joseph interpreted a dream for the butler. 2 years later, his gift made room for him in the palace of Pharaoh. Read Genesis 41:42-44. 18. Currents of favor always flow when you solve the problem nearest you. Many who experience profound waves of favor have found them suddenly stopped. Their progress is paralyzed. Tragedies break across their life. That is why it is important that you understand this law of recognition, recognizing the dominant source of favor God has chosen to bless your life. 19. Uncommon favor will usually come through someone observing you who is capable of greatly blessing you. Your parents, your boss, your neighbors, someone you do not even know yet. 20. Uncommon favor is not an accident, but a deliberate design by God to reward you for acts of obedience invisible to others. If you be willing and obedient, you shall eat the good of the land. Isaiah 1:19. 21. Uncommon favor will stop when you deliberately ignore an instruction from God. Saul ignored the instructions of Samuel to destroy King Agag, and all of the Amalekites' favor stopped. Saul was removed from kingship, and David became the king. 1 Samuel 15:9-11 and 26. 22. The flow of uncommon favor is often paralyzed through the development of arrogance and self-sufficiency. When Nebuchadnezzar sneered at the authority of God because of his uncommon success, God permitted him to live like a beast in the field until his humility returned. Daniel 5:20-21. 23. Uncommon favor can stop a tragedy instantly in your life. It moved Joseph from the prison of Pharaoh's palace in a single day. Genesis 41:39-40. Esther had favor with the king and saved an entire nation. 24. The river of uncommon favor will dry up when God observes greed. Will a man rob God? Yet ye have robbed me, but ye say, wherein have we robbed thee? In tithes and offerings? Ye are cursed with a curse, for ye have robbed me, even this whole nation. Malachi 3:8-9. It is a tragedy, an absurdity, and futility to try to breathe favor into a family or a man whom God has chosen to curse because of their greed. Who has God used the most during your lifetime to bring provision, encouragement, or protection to you? They are your dominant source of favor. The first commandment with the promise was to honor your parents. God promised that it would go well with you all the days of your life. Think for a moment. Your parents paid your bills, fed you, clothed you, sheltered you, educated and trained you, endured your immaturity, tolerated your stumbling and learning days, yet are usually the last to receive your respect, your gifts, and your spoken evidence of love. It is common for a young man to spend more on his new girlfriend within 90 days than he has his mother and father in the last 10 years of his life. Anything unrecognized becomes unrewarded and will ultimately exit your life. Refusing to honor and bless your parents is suicidal. It will destroy you. God guarantees it. 25. Uncommon favor is a seed that anyone can sow into the life of another. It does not require money, nor genius, nor uncommon skill. It requires love, attentiveness, and time. 26. Uncommon favor should be pursued, requested, and celebrated. When the servant of Abraham knelt and asked God to show him favor, it was appropriate. God is the source of favor. He responds to faith and pursuit. Within hours, Rebekah was en route back to Isaac because of the favor of God. 27. Uncommon favor is often the only exit from a place of captivity and bondage. Joseph knew this. He requested favor from the butler. It eventually came. 28. Uncommon favor will usually cease when not received with thankfulness. Loss is the quickest cure for unthankfulness. Stop for a moment. Identify the dominant source of favor in your life. Have you written a note of appreciation? Have you shown favor to your own family? What you fail to recognize, you stop celebrating. What you stop celebrating, you stop rewarding. Anything unrewarded will exit your life. Recognition of your dominant source of favor will solve 1,000 problems in your life.